The number 17th overall selection in the 2021 draft, Alex Leatherwood was actually benched in Week 2's preseason game against the Miami Dolphins after a string of underwhelming snaps. It's rare to witness a player be benched for a performance issue in the preseason. Leatherwood has played into his second half of each of the Raiders' 2 exhibition games, and it's an indictment that he is firmly on the roster bubble. New general manager Dave Ziegler and head coach Josh McDaniels have little reason to show continued loyalty to Leatherwood. The tandem of Ziegler and McDaniels didn't reach the selection of Leatherwood in last year's draft, and that blunder falls squarely on John Gruden's shoulders. It's time to cut ties with Alex Leatherwood. You know, the Alex Leatherwood experience has been one of which shows the ineptitude of John Gruden as Italian evaluator. And, you know, cutting him is going to be a tall task because of the dead cap money that is going to be incurred by the Raiders. So with all that being said, you know, Leatherwood hasn't shown the Raiders much, but, you know, he's still a young player. And, you know, it seems premature to move on from a former first-round pick, right? But it's time. You know, the Raiders have people on this roster right now that even if you move him to guard, have outperformed him already who are younger than he is. Then you have Lester Cotton Sr., who has come in, that's been a guy that's been in the practice squad who's outperformed Alex Leatherwood. You have John Simpson, who's outperformed him. And then you have Dylan Parham, who is coming in right now as a rookie and outperform him. You have Thayer Mumford taking snaps at him at right tackle. So I think it's necessary for his career to put him in a situation where he doesn't have the expectations on his shoulder that he's going to have here with the Raiders because of how highly he was drafted. Now, it's not Alex Leatherwood's fault that he was drafted too high and that, you know, John Gruden and them took a guy that was probably a late second to high third rounder and drafted him at the 17th pick in the draft. I think he needs a fresh start in his career. It's going to be hard and difficult to see whether or not the Raiders find a willing trade participant. I mean, can they find a trade partner is the question right now. I see a few teams that are out there that they possibly could find a trade partner for, you know? And, you know, we're going to go over some of those, right? Now, he'd come with a fully guaranteed salary in 2022 of $1.3 million, and in 2023 of $2 million, and in 2024 of $2.6 million, plus a decision on whether to pick up his fifth-year option in 2025. Leatherwood tested very well coming out of Alabama. And, you know, a permanent move to guard doesn't seem out of the question, though he did struggle at the position last year, earning a 54.0 Pro Football Focus grade. Now, you know I don't like to put a whole lot of credence in Pro Football Focus, but they seem right on time when it comes to the way that they grade out guards and tackling offensive linemen. He put together even worse Pro Football Focus grade at 30.7 PFF grade at tackle last season as a rookie, man. And then, you know, some of the snaps that he had getting pushed around in the Miami game by, you know, John Jenkins, man, right into the QB's lap was kind of, you know, telling. The problem with any possible trade for Leatherwood is that the Raiders would be getting pennies on the dollar for a guy that they took at the 17th pick, man. No team is giving Las Vegas more than possibly like a 4th or a 5th round pick, man. They'd be lucky to get a half-eaten sandwich for Alex Leatherwood at this time, man. And, you know, I just think it's time for us to cut base and mitigate loss as much as possible. Now, some of the teams that I had kind of circled to take the loss of Alex Leatherwood are, one, the New York Giants. The New York Giants have issues on their offensive line right now because they've had a bunch of injuries, and the team has been inundated with setbacks to starters and backups on the offensive line over the last few weeks. However, that doesn't mean that the starting group has been stellar when healthy. You know, for the Giants, Leatherwood could be a low-risk, high-reward addition. The Pittsburgh Steelers, you know, over the last 2 seasons, the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line has not looked great. You know, even when adding James McDaniel from the Chicago Bears in the offseason, the team is in the transitional period with their new QBs. You know, they added Mitch Trubisky, they drafted Kenny Pickett. And, you know, Kenny Pickett is a young quarterback, and, you know, he's probably going to need an offensive line to grow with him. You know, Mike Tomlin is not going to suffer, by bringing in a young lineman that can grow with the program. Trading for Leatherwood could fix some of the issues that they have up front. Leatherwood could be a serviceable guard if he's not under the microscope in the same way he is here in Las Vegas. And then it could motivate him being moved and having to change the scenery. Also, the Miami Dolphins could be a possible landing spot. The Miami Dolphins is getting, play out of Teron Armstead, but the line hasn't improved that much. And the fans need for Tua Tagovailoa to be protected, because if he's not protected with his arm limitations, he's definitely not going to get the ball downfield to Tyreek Hill. So, we have some options. I don't think this is the same situation with Kenyon Drake where they kind of put out the trade rumors for Kenyon Drake hoping that someone bites and kind of unloads our problem. I think that Alex Leatherwood has a lot more value because he's a lot younger of a player, and his financial situation is a lot better than the Kenyon Drake situation. So let's hope that the Raiders can get somebody to bite on the Alex Leatherwood trade. And at this point, man, I would take a 5th or a 6th rounder for Alex Leatherwood just to get the salary off of the books for us to move on. Because, on our team, one thing that we don't need is another guard. Like I think we're pretty good at guard. I think with Bars and all of those guys and Meredith, I think we're good at guard. And I think that we'll be okay getting rid of Alex Leatherwood at this point. But if you guys like what you hear on this video, like what you see on this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. We are on the race to 5,000. Love all of y'all, man. We are on the men back. Had some health issues, man, and starting to feel good, man. Just trying to get back out there. The Raider Equinox is upon us, everybody. Get them likes, get them thumbs up, get them shares up. Yo, and everybody, sound off in the comments. What do y'all think about this? Do you think trading Alex Leatherwood for a lower round pick would be advantageous to the Raiders? Do you think we should keep him? Do you guys still believe in Alex Leatherwood? Let me know, man. You should boy Wasted, man. Sign it off, man. And we might be going live later too, man. So hit me up, man. Peace, Wasted. Alex Leatherwood's contract is going to be $7.86 million in dead cap money if he is cut, and $1.96 if he's traded. Shields up, fellas. $1.6 million cap hit, which is more advantageous to the team.